Well,
the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship. Introducing your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion from the underground, the War Machine. And his opponent, the #1 contender for the Mountain State Wrestling Championship, Frank the Tank Parker. Your referee for this title matchup is Patrick Nicholas. Of course, Patrick Nicholas having to work triple duty tonight because of once again, the totally uncalled for attack by Donnie Blast on Brian Bubba Kyle.
Let me tell you, saying it's uncalled for, unwarranted, that's a total understatement. It's almost insulting. It was a vicious attack by a lonely man that can't keep friends, can't keep titles, and obviously can't win matches. And he took it out on an innocent kid, and that kid is now seeking medical attention. But I tell you what, like we said, that kid walked out of here.
You know it, under his own power, ambulatory walk into the dressing room. And what can that do for the reputation of Johnny Blast except tarnish a bad one?
Any respect he had left in this company is flushed down the toilet. And Bubba Kyle, he's got all the respect in the world from all these fans, even more respect than he had before, because he manned up, he took his beating, he walked out of this building on his own power. Now we got a huge matchup. Let's get to this match. Two titans here in West Virginia. War Machine, Frank the Tank Parker. Both are extremely talented. Both have great careers. Both have been champions in many different companies, and they're fighting for the most prestigious title right here in West Virginia, the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight title.
You noted last week that Frank the Tank Parker is rated number 251 out of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500 of the year this year, and he's a repeat, back-to-back. He was in the 2005 list.
In 2005, he was right there at number 250. They dropped a little bit, but, you know, with as many pro wrestlers as there are available to choose from, to be in that top 500 elite group, that says something about your ability, the amount of respect you carry, and the ability to put on a good match no matter where you're at, no matter how sick, how beaten up you are. Most 2005 and 2006, he fought with a bad hernia, bad discs in his back, a bad shoulder. This is Frank the Tank Parker going for a title here tonight.
So, man, on that top 500, you have to understand, this is not just people in the independent promotions. We're talking about heavyweight champions such as Abyss and Sting. We're talking about people such as Kurt Angle, legends like Ric Flair. We're talking about the Scott Steiners, the Christian Cages that are in this list.
Jeff Jarrett.
AJ
Styles is on this list. And that's an elite group to be named with.
But I'm telling you what, just because he may not have made the list, the man in front of our broadcast position, the War Machine, must be respected. He must be given the respect of being a fighting champion. He has had open contracts on the table. He's taken on all comers, and he is still the champion moving into 2007.
And the thing is, the reason why he's not on that list, and I'll tell you this, is because nobody likes him. And it's not because, you know, they don't like him as a wrestler. He's just so focused on winning and so anti-people that the disdain just carries over to the voters.
He's a sociopath. I mean, look at him. Is that the type of man that you would want to leave your kids alone with in the McDonald's playground?
If I saw him in the McDonald's playground, I'd probably dial 911.
I'm serious.
And I'm half tempted sometimes when I see him in the ring, because he can be vicious. He knows every trick of the trade, and he's going up now against one of the best in the business, Frank the Tank Parker.
Side headlock applied by the champion, working it around to a hammer lock.
The crowd solidly behind Frank the Tank Parker, the first student of Jimmy Valiant. Back into the ropes, shoots him off, shoulder tackle, and down goes the War Machine. Almost tripped on the young blonde in the front row as he lost his balance, just trying to get away from the onslaught.
And in the words of Road Warrior Hawk, good for me, bad for you.
What a rush.
The War Machine is getting a call of chicken from the crowd.
And that's not what's for dinner.
No, that's their opinion. That's what they think of the Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
When you're fighting a guy like Frank the Tank Parker, you can withstand the chicken chance when you realize that you just need a timeout.
Yeah.
You see it all the time in basketball. Somebody puts together a big run, you got to call timeout.
Look at Parker's eyes. Look at the focus, the determination. He wants this to be his night. He wants this to be the night that he becomes the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And he knows that to do it, he's got to make it through the man who brings the pain, the champ, the War Machine. War Machine coming out, moving into a modified armbar. Backs Frank the Tank into the corner.
Patrick Nicholas wanting a clean break. Instead, a knee to the gut. The War Machine working hard on Frank Parker, keeping him pinned in that corner. Irish whip, reversed. Parker coming in, misses, right, oh. And again, that unforgiving steal of this ring. And Parker is hurt.
You could chip a bone in the shoulder joint. You could break the collarbone. So many things up there that can get totally just jacked up by that cold steel in that situation.
And even if nothing's broken, you got all that soft tissue, ligaments, you got cartilage, you got the, I don't know what it's called, the lubricant of your joint. That sack can be burst. And there's no telling what Frank Parker did to his left shoulder diving into the steel like that.
That was a high-risk maneuver by the big man, Frank the Tank Parker, moving in to get the War Machine, take the wind out of him. If Parker would have landed that, Parker could have set up a string of moves to capitalize. We could be looking at a new Mountain State champion. Instead, War Machine, that wily veteran that he is, getting out of the way of that freight train. And that freight train crashed into the station.
And War Machine smells blood in the water, and that blood is the left arm of Frank the Tank Parker. That shoulder, that arm, it is worthless to Parker now. If Parker could get away with it, if this were, tribal times, he'd cut that arm off and just fight with the right arm because he's in that much pain right now.
He might even beat the champ with the amputated arm. And any opportunity the War Machine takes to use the ring against that shoulder, he's using it. This is the second or third time he's wrapped that arm around a rope and just bludgeoning Frank the Tank Parker.
And there's no relief. There's no way to adjust your body when your arm is draped across that rope like that. And then War Machine adds the impact of the punch right there to the supporting muscles.
Any offensive that Frank the Tank Parker had built up has gone. It has evaporated under the onslaught that the War Machine's putting on that left shoulder as it continues, using his elbow to grind into that joint.
In boxing, when a boxer gets cut or eye gets swollen or a body part gets damaged in the onslaught of punches, sometimes the referee has to call the match. And that arm gets much deader. Patrick Nicholas might need to call this match so Frank Parker can drive home tonight, so Frank Parker can, have a sandwich. That left arm is almost dead.
And the War Machine knows it. War Machine says, I've got this chump. War Machine's telling the crowd, I don't care what you think. I am the champion, and I plan on leaving here your heavyweight champion. Frank the Tank Parker's getting some drive to him. Gets the crowd support, build up some momentum. Frank the Tank Parker, former West Virginia heavyweight champion. And a rake of the eyes. Not a polite move at all.
Parker's tired of seeing War Machine cheat this whole match, so he broke the rules a little bit himself. And a powerful DDT. Both men are down. And you know that had to hurt. He had to use a left arm to pull that DDT down. And that's the same arm that's just hanging there by fibers.
That is the championship drive, the heart of a champion. If you can't get up, you get up. Anyway, regardless, he used that arm that's taken a good 10 minutes of a solid abuse and delivered a critical move.
Blocks a punch with that dead arm. Again blocking with that dead arm. That dead arm coming back to life, and Frank Parker building momentum. Big drop kick, a big drop kick.
How many men of their size can do that? Clothesline by Frank the Tank Parker on the champion.
Big clothesline, he's setting up for another. War Machine ducks under, sets him up for a choke slam. Blocked by Frank Parker. Parker got a couple inches in height and was able to use that against War Machine. Going for the choke slam, gonna reverse his own move on him. War Machine's up, he's down.
With his own move.
Oh, War Machine! If anybody could kick out of a choke slam, it's War Machine, who's perfected that maneuver here in West Virginia.
I don't think anyone in this room drew a breath during that 2.5 count.
Frank Parker sent into the corner hard, and even though it didn't go directly, you know that that left shoulder felt that jar right into the corner. War Machine gonna smash some forearms into the forehead of Frank the Tank Parker. Parker, where's he come up with the strength? Able to powerbomb him out of the corner. Oh!
Almost again!
Everybody from Hinton down to Hiawassee thought that was a 3 count.
That was just pure adrenaline kick out by the War Machine at the absolute last second. Nicholas's hand was going down.
And Frank Parker able to muster the courage and strength to use that right and left arm to bring out the powerbomb. And Patrick Nicholas is down. We are officially out of referees.
We do not have a backup.
Oh, and that's not one for the kids to see. Not only is title on the line, but hatred. These guys do not like each other. Patrick Nicholas is down. Frank Parker's checking on him. And War Machine is setting up a chair in the corner. This can't be good.
If he whips Frank Parker into this, the damage that could be done to the spinal column, the head. War Machine takes that chair. Frank with the reversal.
Picks him up.
Fireman's carry.
What's he gonna do? Oh, that could be it. Patrick Nicholas is awake.
And we have a new
That's it.
NWA
We got a new
Mountain State
MSW.
Heavyweight Champion.
We got a new champ. Patrick Nicholas, War Machine, Frank Parker, they're all down.
Incredible. Patrick Nicholas has yet to make the official call, but the bell has rang. The hand is up. We can call it.
Frank the Tank Parker, I believe, has won the title.
It looks like it. I just want to wait for Patrick Nicholas just before I make the final call here to the house. Here is your winner and new NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion, Frank the Tank Parker!
I wished for my front tooth. Well, guess what? I got that back. And now in the year 2008, I wish for something more devastating. You see, Billy Litt's New Year's resolution this year is to become the NWA Mountain State TV champion. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. I'm the fastest rising star in the NWA Mountain State locker room, and you know what? It's about time Billy Litt gets that TV title. And it's going to be great whenever Jason Kincaid goes down with the Littricity 1, 2, 3. Billy Litt, new TV champ, year 2008.
NWA Mountain State Wrestling has seen a huge influx in talent in 2007. One of the many superstars to call us home is the Maestro. This former WCW Smoky Mountain Japanese MMA star came in to NWA Mountain State in 2006, and he has called it home all through 2007. Now in this match, he takes on 2006's most hated wrestler of the year as voted by the fans, Johnny Blast. Here we go, the Maestro, Johnny Blast, NWA Mountain State Best of 2007.
Ladies and gentlemen, this following match bears the special referee of Chris King. From Oslo, New Mexico, Johnny Blast. And Kids in West Virginia, you are all here to bear witness to the rebirth of the Maestro.
So we're, Chris King admonishing Johnny Blast to get rid of that belt, which we've seen Johnny Blast use as a weapon. Johnny Blast taking ample time to get ready for this match.
Johnny Blast not too eager to get in there tonight, is he? After that bout with, last week on when he interrupted the Maestro. When I say the Maestro, I feel like I'm watching a Seinfeld episode.
Johnny Blast finds himself in a no-win situation as two of the men that he's made mad in the last few weeks are against him in this situation. Johnny Blast didn't want this fight. He shouldn't have picked it.
All right, big headlock by the Maestro, Johnny Blast. Chris King, the referee's asking Johnny Blast, his old nemesis. Little hair pulling there, Maestro back into the rope, shoots him off. He comes off, big shoulder tackle. Maestro goes nuts. Maestro loves himself. Yeah. The Maestro definitely loves to hear himself talk. He loves to look at himself. He reminds me of me.
There's only one Nature Boy.
Well, yeah, and he ain't in WWE either. All right, here we go. Another headlock. Cranks up on it. Chris King asking Johnny Blast if he gives. Big takeover.
Maestro leans that in to try to get the easy pinfall.
Maestro's big man laying all that weight right on top of Johnny Blast's chest. Difficult to breathe, been there.
Going back up to a vertical base.
Plus, it's a known fact that the Maestro does not use deodorant. Another big tackle.
And again, Johnny Blast takes the back door, gets out of the ring. Maestro wanted to fight tonight. Apparently Johnny Blast was not ready for it.
Oh, he's on him like stink on ugly.
Maestro coming out with a choke.
Big rake of the eyes there. Chris King admonishing. Little choking with some athletic tape there.
Johnny Blast taking the low road out here. Ooh, and a big chop from nowhere. Back to the eyes. Barely even matchup so far. Oh, and a big super kick out of the corner.
Good night, Irene.
I don't think Johnny Blast knows where he's at. Sends him across the ring. Big clothesline. Maestro standing tall.
Oh, little duck. A roll out of the ring. The Maestro's on the floor, flopping around like Johnny with no arms or legs.
Stro is down. Chris King trying to count him out.
Oh! Chris King just got the boot by Johnny Blast. What's up with this? Johnny's beating everybody up.
I think Chris King had hit his head on the way down. Johnny Blast used the ring post while the referee is down. We might need a trainer for Chris King. I believe he hit his head on the floor on the way down. Stro reverses it. SDF. Johnny Blast trying to reach the rope. He taps out.
That's it. Johnny Blast taps out, folks.
Johnny Blast bent every rule in the book.
Maestro with a great win for his debut back in Mountain State Wrestling.
Three-quarters of the year, NWA Tag Team Champions. 2008's right around the corner. Tell them what we got planned for them. We got the bandit getting ready. He's doing his push-ups. He's doing his squats. He's doing his jumping jacks. The man's ready, and we're moving on, baby. We done got 2 of the titles, but there's some more in NWA Mountain State. The man's looking for the heavyweight title. Me, I'm looking for the TV title because my favorite hobby is sitting on the couch with my favorite Dr. Pepper, 23 flavors just for you, and a good old chocolate bar watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling right here on your TV channel. And another thing, the main reason I want the TV title because everybody knows it, especially all the beautiful women. I'm the 15-minute man.
Dr. Roger Ham, the only professional wrestler with a PhD in the sport. Chris King, one of the toughest men in the world, one of the youngest NWA legends, period, doing battle in NWA Mountain State over the coveted NWA Mountain State Wrestling Television Championship. Here we go, Dr. Roger Ham, Chris King, best of 2007.
I'm Buddy Love. He's Dean Bibb.
Hello.
And we got a good matchup here, depending on how well Chris King can perform.
Hey, man, Dr. Roger Ham, I tell you what, making his way up the apron, 10-year veteran of the fine sport of professional wrestling, the only man with a PhD. He's looking to knock Chris King off the top of the mountain. And of course, last week, as you noted earlier, Jason Kincaid worked Chris King's knee over in a bad way.
He's only had 1 week to heal. Can he compete? I mean, this is no slouch. Dr. Roger Ham has beaten some monsters in this business.
We'll be able to tell how Chris King comes out the door. He's not his explosive self.
He is a fighting champion.
He signed up when he defeated Chad Cross. He signed open contracts. This may be one of them, and he's going to do his duty and defend the championship. And you can see on his face, he's hurting. The sign says Chris King rules. The following contest is your main event. It is one fall for the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Television Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Pocahontas, Virginia, the only man with a PhD in professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Roger Ham. His opponent is your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Television Champion from the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen. He is Chris King. Your referee for this title matchup is Brian Bubba Kyle. And Bubba showing off the gold, showing off the title bling to those in the ring.
The NWA Mountain State Television title, one of the most coveted belts in all of West Virginia and for states all around, because we are the only one with a television championship. And you get to see it defended right here. Chris King with a little bit of a limp, some wincing, some gritting of the teeth, but he's here to fight. He's going to defend his belt for all he's worth. That knee weakened, of course, last week, courtesy of Jason the Gift Kincaid, who didn't have a very pleasant gift for Mr. Chris King.
No, I would have looked for the return policy on that bag of goodies, I'm telling you right now. He had Chris King up in the Kevin Sullivan Tree of Woe position. He had the pad down and he was stomping on it, and as he came off, he planted both feet into Chris King's chest on his way down.
And not only is that painful on the chest, that just added more torque to that knee as it's hanging there in that Tree of Woe.
And speaking of torque, Dr. Roger Ham goes for a rope break. Chris King brought that thing around two different directions. Both men in blue, Dr. Roger Ham in an electric blue singlet, Chris King in a spider graphic pants, still favoring that left knee. And the fans have a huge sign out there that says Chris King rules. I saw that our camera got a good shot of that earlier. That's great.
And a lot of people make that mistake about Chris King's outfit. That's really not a spider. It's supposed to be 2 Ks back to back.
Is it really? I never knew that. Thank you for the education.
Roger Ham squirming his way, grabbing the bottom rope. Chris King's neck is also a little bit sore. As you know, Jason Kincaid just went to work on him last week.
If for nothing else, if he didn't make a name for himself in his performance just now against Frank the Tank Parker, Jason Kincaid made his name by trying to take out the television champion last week.
Oh, with the lockup. Backing him into the corner. Roger Ham with his height and size advantage. A punch to the gut. Sends him across the rope. Chris King reverses. Back body. Whoa, my goodness.
Big drop kick by the champion. Another big drop kick.
Chris King able to get up, favoring that left knee. What a back body drop. I don't think Chris King had that kind of power in him.
Buddy, I tell you what, he sent Roger Ham not over onto his back, but onto his haunches.
Get out of my face!
Oh, Dr. Roger Ham loves the camera, I'm telling you.
Roger Ham apparently making a lot of things come true. His hand comes from pigs, and that Ham just flew.
Yeah. The pigs flew.
So apparently now I'll get a date with Tyra Banks.
Yes, good job, good job.
Definite improvement over my last one.
Drop kick to the left knee. Out of nowhere, Roger Ham did his homework.
He watched last week's show. He knows that left knee has very little holding it together. Maybe the athletic tape that he put on just for the matchup. But it's going to be academic from here if Chris King can't protect that left knee.
Chris King was trying to protect that left knee just now, just literally just swatting Dr. Roger Ham away. Ham just went to a choke. And now just yanking on those tendons. That knee must be burning.
The ache and pain. And what happens is not only does the ligaments and the structure of the knee start hurting, but all the muscles around it start aching as they try to compensate for the lack of support. So that whole leg is in pain from the toes up to the hip.
I mean, you can see it on Chris King's face right now. He is in agony. Roger Ham has dropped all of his weight 3 straight times, I believe it was, on that knee, and then pinned it up. The fans here at Princeton are so loud. We're so thankful to have the support of a great town like Princeton, West Virginia.
Roger Ham going right back to that knee.
He's trying to figure something out here. What's he wanting to do?
He's a doctor.
He just says, the heck with it. I'm just going to write a prescription for a kick.
That physical therapy session was canceled in favor of a kick. Apparently he skipped that day when he's getting his doctorate.
Dr. Ham showing that when he smells blood, he's going to have the teeth of a shark. He's going to go after it. He's going to bring Chris King up. Chris King very slow and unsteady. King ducks a clothesline, ducks an elbow, and a flying body press by our TV champion.
Chris King almost pulling a victory out of nowhere, but you know, that last gasp may be all that knee has left. You got to believe that those ligaments and tendons are just throbbing, and every step, every bounce just jostles that knee. And Chris King he's literally on his last legs here.
Spinning toe hold applied by the doctor into a small package.
Almost pulled out another victory. Nice job by Chris King. Ducking, coming back with a big forearm. Another big forearm. Able to suck it up, work through the pain. Big elbow. 1, 2, and Roger Ham able to kick out.
It amazes me that Chris King can still mount a viable offense at this point.
He's digging down deep. That is the most coveted belt in West Virginia. And Chris King fighting for all he's worth. Risking permanent injury to save that title. As right there, you see him favoring that left leg. Here he comes, another high-flying move. And that knee connects right there to the top turnbuckle.
Buddy, that could be it.
Neck breaker. 1, 2, 3, and we have a television champion, our third ever television champion, Dr. Roger Ham.
Here is your winner and new NWA Mountain State Wrestling Television Champion, Dr. Roger Ham. Roger Ham scoring, as you said, the television champion, the third ever. And now the hard work begins. He's got to keep the title.
He went from being a challenger to being a target. And right on that knee. That's uncalled for. We knew Chris King was going to need some time off to rest that knee. And insult to injury and more injury to the insult.
If that's the way his title reign's going to be, we've just seen a very big idea of what we may be facing for the next several months. Next period of time, the reign of Dr. Roger Ham as television champion here in NWA Mountain State.
He won it. I mean, you got to give him credit. He won it cleanly, fair and square. Maybe a cheap maneuver here and there, but he earned that title. Congratulations, Dr. Roger Ham. And let's just know if Chris King is okay and will be able to return to the ring very soon.
Bubba Kyle is assisting Chris King.
Y'all know who it is. It's the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring wrestler in the world today, Jason the Gift Kincaid. You know what? I've been thinking a lot about 2008. You know, 2007, my man, the Stro, it was Stro for the gold. But you know what? 2008, it's the gift for the gold, baby. And that's not all. I'm not just going for the gold. You know, for the last couple years, a certain wrestler, I'm not gonna mention any names, has won Wrestler of the Year 2 years in a row. But you know what? I wasn't here those 2 years. So I'm thinking for the next 5 to 10, the gift, Wrestler of the Century.
One of the big feuds this year happened to be between Diablo Jr., the legendary luchador, and the god of all rednecks, the modern wrestling marvel, Michael Cook. And again, these guys took Hinton, Princeton, any town that they were in, and absolutely turned it upside down. We're talking flag matches. We're talking loser leaves town if it would have ended that way. This feud was hot. Well, where's Michael Cook now? He's working out of Atlanta, Georgia. He recently wrestled WWE legend Mr. Hughes. Where's Diablo? He and his partner Johnny Blast are still wrecking the tag team division and currently feuding with the Bunkhouse Boys. Here we go. Diablo Jr., Michael Cook, NWA Mountain State Wrestling, best of 2007.
Cook with the flag of our country, circling the ring here in Union. And he's going to let everybody see it. This is our television main event this week on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Loser waves the other man's flag. The following contest is a special stipulation match sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. This is a flag match. The loser of the match will wave the flag of the winner's country. Introducing first from the great land of Mexico, he is the legendary luchador Diablo Jr. He flies his country's flag this evening. And his opponent flying the national flag of the United States of America from Pineville, West Virginia. He is the god of all rednecks, Michael Cook. Your referee for this flag match is Brian Bubba Kyle. Okay. So the Stars and Stripes have been handed over to NWA owner Leonard Sims.
NWA Mountain State owner, not NWA owner.
Yeah, that would be.
He's not quite that powerful.
Yeah,
yet.
that would be Bob Troblich. Sorry.
You're gonna get us fired.
Well, hey, you know, people get excited. People say stuff, you know. Big shoulder tackle by Michael Cook, and Diablo rolls out to the floor. Cook's right on him like white on rice, baby. European uppercut, given by an American to a Mexican. Diablo blocks the shot to the ring and delivers one. He's ringing the Taco Bell this evening here in Union. And a big chop.
In Mexico, he calls it El Chapo.
El Chapo.
Actually, not really. I just made that part up.
El Chapo de Caca. Diablo Jr. is asserting himself in this match. He doesn't want to fly the American flag this evening. Using the ropes there to choke out Michael Cook. Cook back up to his feet. Here comes Diablo, sending him off. Cook reverses. Big elbow by the god of all rednecks, begging him, please get up. Taking Diablo for a ride. Big knee drop and a quick cover.
Only a dose.
Only a dose. And Diablo giving Cook a dose of his own medicine, cutting him off with a punch to the midsection. He's going to size up Michael Cook and send him off. Cook ducks the clothesline.
Into Gary. Nicely done.
Beautiful, beautiful. Another cover by Cook. Fans now chanting USA here in Union, West Virginia. Surrounded by the beautiful West Virginia hills. So good to be able to bring NWA Mountain State to Union as Cook steps over and delivers an elbow. Another cover.
In Mexico, they call us Los Estados Unidos.
Is that the name of the United States?
In Mexican.
Nice.
I had 4 years of Spanish.
I only had 6 weeks. I got thrown out of the class. Diablo Jr., you know, sometimes I'm at the broadcaster's table, sometimes I'm in the ring. Diablo Jr. has made it plain that he does not like me. In fact, at a house show in Princeton, West Virginia on June 1st, he swung a kick at my head as I was exiting the ring.
Shame he missed.
Love you too, buddy love. Diablo Jr. sending Michael Cook into the cheap seats here in Union, coming back up after him.
Stomp to the head right there. And Bubba Kyle letting this flag match continue. We all want to see a winner. That's why Bubba Kyle's not in the ring counting.
Again, this is a special flag match sanctioned by Mountain State Wrestling and the National Wrestling Alliance. The loser waves the flag of the winner's country. If Diablo Jr. loses, he has to wave the Stars and Stripes. If Michael Cook loses, he has to wave the colors of Mexico. Rear chin lock applied by Diablo Jr., legendary luchador. Now on his own, he's been managed in the past by J.C. Dykes Jr. and Big Pappy.
He's been in the corner with Johnny Blast many occasions. Right now it's a one-on-one matchup. Crowd chanting USA right here in Union, West Virginia at Mountain View Elementary and Middle School. Michael Cook building some offense, sunset flip. Cover 1, 2, and Diablo Jr. kicks out at Dose once again.
Good backslide. And Diablo cuts Cook short. Beautifully executed lariat clothesline. Diablo is a small guy, but you cannot sell him short. He is vicious, he's mean. If you met him in Walmart, he would put a knife between your ribs for a box of Velveeta cheese. He is a vicious, vicious man in the ring. He just told Bubba Kyle, andale, mi corner. Lands the double axe handle right on the bridge of Michael Cook's nose, and a cover.
And Michael Cook gets that shoulder up, hangs the arm in the air. He's not giving up quite yet, fighting for the pride of America, the United States of America. You know, Mexico is technically part of America, North America. Many people forget that.
That's right. And you know, it's only a matter of pride that's going to keep someone who is exhausted going this evening, because the body's going to fail. One of these guys, their body's going to give out. The one who wants it the most is going to be the winner here. So the pride of either Mexico or the United States is on the line tonight.
Michael Cook fighting hard. And now he'll duck the clothesline. Double clothesline, both wrestlers are down. Clothesline doble.
Michael Cook's eyes red tilt after that one. Cook is a tough, tough man. Trained in Atlanta, Georgia by Sarge Buddy Parker. He comes out here week after week, show after show, and pours his heart out for the fans at NWA Mountain State just for one more shot at glory.
Diablo Jr. climbing, and he might be set for a ride. Both wrestlers down once again. Michael Cook reaching up high, pulling himself to his feet.
Bubba letting him go a little bit like a referee in basketball will sometimes. He was slow with the count.
Except those referees that wanted the San Antonio Spurs to win the title.
Yeah.
And a little boot right there.
Never had the chance to see what Cook was setting up for it. Cook's got Diablo.
Sit down, power bomb, 2, 3, and that's it.
It's over. Here is your winner, the God of all rednecks, Michael Cook. I wonder if we're going to have the Star Spangled Banner with this.
Jose, can you see Michael Cook has won the match and Diablo Jr. has to wave the American flag?
First he has to get up. Here he is, he's wondering what happened just now. Looks like he's trying to shirk his responsibilities here tonight in Union. I'd be afraid for my own safety leaving the building if I didn't take that flag and wave it. All right, referee Bubba Kyle has been given the flag. Michael Cook relaxing in the corner. Diablo protesting vehemently, and he has it. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and respect the flag and stripes of our nation.
I'm Chris King. You know 2007 has been real good for me, but in 2008, I see great things. I see the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship around my waist.
Another one of the biggest feuds, and wrapping up the best of 2007, we have to touch on the feud between heavyweight champion Frank the Tank Parker and television champion Dr. Roger Ham. Dr. Roger Ham wound up holding 2 belts simultaneously. Not that he won them, he just stole Frank Parker's belt. And this one boiled through Union, it boiled through Princeton, it boiled through Hinton, it boiled in Bud. If it could be boiled, Frank Parker and Dr. Roger Ham boiled it. And that's going to be our main event on the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Best of 2007.
Television champion, Dr. Roger Ham. His opponent hails from Christiansburg, Virginia, and he is your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Frank the Tank Parker. Again, your referee for this lumberjack matchup, the Maestro. All right, let's get this action going. This is your NWA Mountain State Wrestling main event. This is Dean Bibb, along with Buddy Love. And you see around the ring, Rotterdam Ricky Shane, the God of all rednecks, Michael Cook, Billy Litt, Devin Davis, and across the way, you see the Executioner, Johnny Blast, The Gift, Diablo Jr., Big Papi. This is going to be a great lumberjack match. The only way Dr. Roger Ham can be held in the ring is by this stipulation. And there goes Frank Parker. It is on, Buddy Love.
It's all game over for Dr. Ham. And right there, even though they're tag partners, Stroh was going to call it right down the middle. Frank Parker is a man possessed. He's been possessed for 3 weeks. He's tasted blood in the water, and he wants to get his victim, Dr. Roger Ham.
High backdrop by the heavyweight champion on the television champion. And a short clothesline. Oh, there he is. He's in the wrong part. He can't do that. He's going to learn from that one. You had a swarm. His feet hit the floor, and you had Michael Cook, Devin Davis, Billy Litt, and Ricky Shane on him. Big drop kick by the heavyweight champion. Oh, now you see how the lumberjacks are kind of polarized. You got the one locker room on one side, and the other one on the far side of the ring.
It's basically 5-on-4 as far as the lumberjack's concerned in a split decision. So, I mean, if it breaks down into complete fisticuffs here, you know, one side, the side that seems to be backing Frank Parker, is going to have a disadvantage.
Well, Big Papi should be a non-combatant, but we've seen him even on this program get physically involved in his man's matches.
Well, maybe Big Papi and Diablo Jr. put them together, he got one, possibly. What do you think? Maybe it is even.
Maybe if Frank Parker brings in Roger Ham the hard way. Field toss now. Sending him post to post. Frank the Tank Parker in complete control of this match here in Princeton, West Virginia on NWA Mountain State.
Frank Parker is the champion, but he hasn't held his belt for almost 3 months.
Roger Ham screaming on the way up, screaming on the way down. And Frank Parker on the second rope. Maybe took a little too much time on that.
And you know, Frank Parker just got off a knee injury, and you know that's got to shake up that knee on that drop there a moment ago.
5 minutes have elapsed in this match. 5 minutes. Oh, Roger Ham going to the eyes of Frank Parker. Gonna try to draw some tears out. Blind him a little bit. Stroh calling it straight down the middle. Oh, now we've got 4-on-1 out there. You know what? We're gonna be lucky if this doesn't break into a total brawl all across the floor. We might have to vacate our broadcast position if that happens.
We got a microphone stand. We'll fend them off. I'll protect you.
Well, I'll level with you. I'm watching the guy, Diablo. He has swung kicks at me when I've been in the ring announcing him. I'm getting nervous, man.
A lot of highly volatile personalities surrounding this ring. High tensions with championships on the line.
All right, we got Roger Ham sending the champ off and laying in an elbow. Jason Kincaid and Diablo trying to get into Parker's face.
And Parker rolls out. He's kind of in no man's land. Someone's got to get him some help.
They're not trying to roll him back in. They're trying to stomp a hole through it.
Dr. Roger Ham cowering in the corner.
We're about to have gang warfare over there across the ring from us. Roger Ham with the pin in the meanwhile. Did you see the strength of Frank Parker?
Frank Parker is so strong, yet he's big and he's quick.
We got the whole locker room out here. The only people who are missing are the bunkhouse boys. And that's just because they just had their match, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legal hold applied here. Oh, then he goes to biting on the eyebrow.
That scream. That scream could give somebody an epileptic seizure like Mary Hart used to give that one woman back in the 80s on Entertainment Tonight. Roger Ham, cold and calculating and cocky. Did he really think he would get a pin?
There's no way to get a pin on Frank Parker with one hand unless you shot him with a tranquilizer.
Roger Ham sending Frank Parker out to the outside. And turning Stroh's back.
Gang warfare is about to break out over here.
This is incredible. This is high impact. This is high action. This is a National Wrestling Alliance NWA Mountain State on Fox, West Virginia. This is your main event, a lumberjack match between television Division champion Dr. Roger Ham, and heavyweight champion Frank the Tank Parker, with wrestling legend The Stro as a referee. Guys, it does not get any bigger than this.
Possibly a little bit slow on the count there by Stro. He knows what's going on, even though he's not seen some of it. He knows what's going on. And a little bit of a slow count there.
Well, Stro's been there. Oh, big chop. Big wahoo chop by the television champion, and a kick by the heavyweight champion. Misses the clothesline. Another kick. She's setting up for a power bomb. Power bomb by Frank the Tank Parker. Oh no, Johnny Blast taking out the Stro.
And I think he's about to break down here.
This is it. It's on, baby. Sally bar the door. It is on.
Everybody's in here. It's a war. Bodies flying everywhere. Fists are flying.
There's too much action to call. Big Poppy getting cleared off the ring.
Dr. Roger Ham running like a dog through the back with both belts one more time.
We've got 3 referees hitting the ring now. We've got Bedlam here. Bedlam. Complete bedlam.
On the floor everywhere. Executioner out to the floor. Diablo Jr. out to the floor. Big Poppy running and hiding, just like Dr. Ham. But Dr. Ham still has both belts.
Diablo Jr. running like a dog. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by disqualification, and still NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Frank the Tank Parker! Frank Parker defending his belt. I know he'd have liked to have gotten a clean win, but that's gotta feel good just getting his hands on Dr. Roger Ham.
This is NWA, Mountain State Wrestling Commissioner Larry Light. And if you'd like to have your club, your school, or your civic organization sponsor NWA Mountain State Wrestling in your town, give us a call at 304-673-2054, or you can write us at NWA Mountain State Wrestling, Post Office Box 459, Beckley, West Virginia 25802, or you can contact us at mountainstatewrestling.com.